destruction from the latest attacks becomes clear, with plumes of smoke and craters peppering the terrain. It comes after a night where Israeli airstrikes bombarded the city, targeting what the army believed to be a weapons manufacturing site run by Hamas.
The military site consists of an underground complex containing raw materials used for the manufacturing of rockets. The strike on this site will significantly impede and undermine Hamas's force-building capabilities.
Footage later released by the Israel Defense Forces confirmed the hit, responding to what they said were two separate rockets launched overnight towards southern Israel. Those attacks had set off air raid sirens, but there was similarly no damage reported, with one rocket landing in an open area and the other intercepted.
Κατευθεία φλόγες και αυτά, εμείς φοβηθήκαμε, δεν άφηναν να μπούμε, φυσικά ύστερα κατέβηκαν πολλά αμάξια, αλλά δεν άφηναν να μπουν εδώ μέρα γιατί είχε έκρηξη συνέχεια.
Και θερμότητα και κάποια λευκή ουσία την οποία δεν γνωρίζουμε, επομένως πρέπει να μας διαβεβαιώσει η ομάδα η δική των ενόπλων δυνάμεων τι υλικό είναι και αν μπορούμε τελικά να μπούμε στο πεδίο.
In a new flight scare, an Indigo flight headed to Indian city of Hyderabad from the UAE's Sharjah was redirected to Pakistan's Karachi. This comes after the pilot reported a technical defect in the aircraft. This is the second Indian flight to make an unscheduled landing in Karachi since the start of July. The Indian-based Indigo airline has sent a replacement flight, which has arrived in Pakistan. The aircraft is set to fly back with passengers between 3:30 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. IST. Meanwhile, the technical defect is being inspected at the Karachi airport, and Indigo is likely to send a team of engineers to fix the aircraft.
South Africa is grappling with a surge in gun violence. The problem was put in the spotlight after 3 separate shootings in one weekend left 22 people dead. In all 3 incidents, suspects opened fire on people in bars before speeding off in vehicles. But even before these shootings, gun crimes in South Africa were increasing at an alarming rate. An average of 23 people are shot and killed in South Africa every day. That's according to the country's annual crime statistics.
Packed in these bags are nearly 25,000 firearms confiscated or handed in to police in South Africa. On this day, these guns are all going to be destroyed. South Africa has one of the highest violent crime rates in the world. Authorities say illegal weapons in the hands of criminals are contributing to the problem.
The new French Minister of the Armed Forces, Sébastien Lecomu, continued his West African tour on Saturday. Lecomu is now on a visit to Ivory Coast after a stop in Niger to discuss the security situation in Africa, particularly in the Sahel-Saharan Strip. France's relation with Ivory Coast dates back to colonization period, and the former has had good relation with the West African state. France is now strategizing afresh in the West Africa after its fallout with Mali, with the Barkhane forces meant to weed out the jihadists in the region. Under Macron's order, the massive pullout should be completed by summer end.
Well, soaring temperatures are still hitting most of Europe. There are wildfires in Portugal and Spain, and a warning from the World Meteorological Centre of an increase in pollution as well. In the past hour or so, we've had the UK Met Office issuing its first ever red warning for extreme heat. Temperatures of over possibly 38 degrees here expected on Monday and Tuesday. As I mentioned, dozens of fires breaking out in Portugal, including near the city of Coimbra, killing at least one person. And the city of Badajoz in Spain enduring temperatures of 44 degrees, with the country's Met agency there saying some regions were suffocating.
Tens of thousands of people have been forced to flee wildfires as a record-breaking heatwave scorches southwestern Europe. Hundreds have died from the effects of the hot weather. The worst-hit countries are France, Spain and Portugal. Scientists are blaming man-made climate change, and more devastating forest fires are expected in the coming days as parts of the continent brace for new temperature records. Now, the intense heat on the Iberian Peninsula has created the conditions for flames to spread more quickly, and firefighting operations are more difficult because of wind and low humidity. The fires are wreaking havoc in tourist spots which had just started to recover from the COVID pandemic. In Mijas, a town in the province of Malaga, popular with Northern European tourists, more than 3,000 people have now been evacuated.